better get a poll going before we get the trolls wandering. Hang on. Self-improvement chat, guys, what we're doing. Yeah. Go. Dog? No. Stop asking. There we go. There we go. It's a bit nicer, eh? Try and get it all set up. I'm awake, I swear. Oh, my back. Hang on. I'll twist up the old back a bit. Bring it back a bit. No, Heidi. It's not Heidi time. My dog, it is not dog time. I feel like if it's that lean, I'm ducking it. Heidi, you're not listening. You have to come up here. Yeah. You have to, because I'm talking, look, they're there. You done? Okay. You, off. Your bed, go on. The chaos of dogs, my good people. The chaos of having dogs. See how it goes. First, g'day, Infamous. Mental's cook. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out, bro. But yeah, doing good, man. So yeah, if you want to kick it for a bit, we're just gonna. I definitely want to slow down a bit on here. I have some. I hope you guys are all right and adapting with me, and I'm gonna try and be a bit more concise, be a bit more clear. Try to be a little bit more professional in some aspects. I just fear I'm losing the core message a little, some chats, so. Oh, yeah, good, mate, good. Heidi, off. You're not listening. On your bed. No, not your brother's bed. Oh, my God. Heidi. Sorry, she's being an absolute menace right now. Pushes it off his bed and stuff. Hey, Adric, how are you? So yeah, if anybody has a question or whatever, otherwise, we'll just be chatting. See how everybody's going. No, I'm in New Zealand, mate. I'm a New Zealander. Oh yeah, that was an interesting one when I read that. Right, the things we imagine. Right, the Monopoly man had a monocle, but he never did. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that, man. It's just another trick of the mind, isn't it? It's a trick of the mind. Very caffeinated right now. Yeah, I try to avoid too much of it now, or I get so overstimulated that I can't function. Never imagined it. Oh, I don't know, mate. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere in the subconscious, right? Things don't have to be a conscious thought to be happening, right? That's deeper down. It's deeper seated, right? So then when suddenly somebody mentions it, it's like, whoa, I never even thought about that. It's like, you did somewhere to make that conclusion, but yeah. Yeah. Is it weird for a girl a little over 18 to have never been kissed yet? No. Traditionally, no. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let society convince you otherwise. If that's where you're at and you want it to be that right guy or something, whatever. All I'd say is just don't believe what 18-year-old guys say to you, because guys that age tend to be a bit. They'll tell you what you want to hear. So nah, you hold off, mate. You hold off till you're okay with it on your terms. That's all right. Don't know what we're saying about Lyft. Switch use ID. Not sure what's happening. What time is it in New Zealand? I think it's about 6:30. 6:27 on Thursday, mate. How do you get out of depression? Can you give me some advice? Get out of your head and get into some kind of movement. Not like hard exercise or anything. Just try and... The first step would be to try and improve your environment around you, right? Sometimes you're stuck in environments with people that are contributing to making you depressed and stuff, but try and control what you can control. So you wake up and things are organized, right? Like if you get up in the morning, literally, I know it sounds stupid, but literally making your bed in the morning will give you a pride in yourself, you know. Wiping down the kitchen bench in the morning and like getting into the habit of throwing your coffee packet in the bin. It's all progress, right? It's all markers you're doing better. So yeah, I just try and shut off the thoughts. I know they're there. I literally tell them to shut up. And okay, well, what can I put 10 minutes on to make my life a little better right now, right? I think that is the honestly, in my opinion, the key to getting out of depression is not hard grind, burn yourself out, then be depressed after 4 days. It's you can put in the work and get motivated, but you need to actually know when to dial back when you are going to burn out and treat yourself with some kindness and that and some understanding that you will burn out and you know where that leads. So you're not going to do flat out every day. Some days you'll do less, and that's all right. You know, that's my opinion on depression. It's about consistency. It's about being able to go to bed at night being like, okay, well, I did 30 minutes of stuff. And my worst depressions, I've done 20 minutes of stuff in a day. Like, trying my best. 20 minutes is all I could get in a day. But it helped, and then the next day it's 20 minutes, and then it's, you know, like, it just builds, right? And you kind of outrun depression, essentially. You, like, the thoughts are still there sometimes, but you're creating proof that can argue with the voice in your head and be like, well, you're wrong, and everything everybody said, they're wrong as well, you know. Hope that helps. Hope that helps in some way. If you have any follow-up questions to ask. Feel alone in the situation? That's all right, Disney. Things. You're only 18, mate. Trust me. Life doesn't start till 30, mate. So just go on your way, mate. Start building what you want to build. But the brain really, your adult brain honestly doesn't wake up fully until you're 25, 26, 30 for most people. Would be my opinion. Joe Smith, hello, g'day, how are you? Didn't have your first kiss until 16. Yeah. I think, I don't know. Well, Monopoly Man was known for. You used to work 10-hour days, 12 if you count commute time and getting ready and stuff. Yeah, Jenny, I did a lot of shift work like that. Certainly drains you. The longest I was doing, honestly, I remember doing like 6 months straight of 16-hour days, getting what I was doing about 5 years ago off the ground. It was just literally all I did was work and sleep. There was no stop. And that burnt me out, right? It took 6 months. I don't know, I managed to carry it well for 6 months, then it started to dial off, and then the next year I was just gone, man. Just too much. It would have been alright, I think, if the outcomes had gone the way they did, but with the world stopping and all being in our homes and the economy and everything I'd spent 2 years building collapsed, and you know that 16 hours a day I felt for a long time was like for nothing. Right, but it's alright. You know, I can't just sit still for the rest of my life, right? So to get myself back going. So yeah. Anchorage, Wednesday 10:30 in Anchorage. Anchorage is Alaska, right? Suffered extreme burnout is brutal. Yeah, Jenny, it definitely took me down a peg for sure. You're from New Zealand, calling it now. That is correct, Karita. Yes. Shy Art Man, thank you. Most welcome, dude. Yeah. Time travel sounds. Yeah, Oog, I would ask Oog that you try and keep within the kind of topics of the channel, man. Because obviously we're trying to help people with like mental health, depression, and stuff, right? So I don't want to go down that path now, talking about the Monopoly Man all night or something. You know what I mean? or time travel. We're trying to focus on now and what we're doing with our own lives. That's what the channel is about. Depression isn't always just in your... Ryder says, depression isn't always just in your head. See a doctor, get blood work, CBC, vitamin D, thyroid, testosterone, B12, do this first. Yeah. I would agree, Ryder, as well. Diet is a crucial part of it. As I said, I was only citing step one, as if you're depressed, is start that movement and start sorting the environment around first, can start to alleviate some of that. I definitely agree that is something people can go into. By all means, I'm not a healthcare professional or anything, guys. I'm a guy who's just lived it and struggled with a lot of stuff. Everybody has a different lived experience, so I am always going from, just what I've been through and what I know. But yeah. If you are having ongoing problems with depression and stuff, you can seek professional help, right? It is all out there. It's a lot of great foundations and stuff for it, right? I'm just this little part of it. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Matthew. How are you, brother? Any tips for my uncle trying to escape North Korea right now? Yep, float out on a balloon inside a bag of trash, as if you're a bag of trash being floated into South Korea. Just put him in that and float him over. Because that's what they do. They float in like balloons full of trash into South Korea all the time. Just put them in a balloon. Be all good. Pretty simple. It's the country nobody can escape. Not really. Sorry, did that problem take me like 4 seconds to solve? Oh well. I'm just playing. But it could be an option. I know that Hickson from anywhere in New Zealand calling it. Yes, Karita. Yes, I agreed with you. Yes. Still on Horror Drone Squad. Oh my gosh. Guys, I have a lot of chat. I'm going to have to speed run this. Don't want to be driving people insane. Yeah. Stop yapping, bum. Okay, Mike, feel free to clarify why you think I'm a bum, bro, if you're going to say stuff like that. Oh, yeah, fella. G'day, Craig Posh. Yeah, Adam, it says no politics here, so to not mention it, bro. We'll just leave it out. There's no point pointing that out. Makes life a little easier, so does therapy. Yeah, Biff, yeah, for sure. Biff's just saying he has some medication for depression and OCD. Doesn't make it disappear, but it does make it a little easier, yeah. And it's the same with that environment and stuff. You mods need a life and a job. All my moderators have jobs, man. They all have lives and jobs, man. I think maybe you're just annoyed, like... I think you seem to be projecting where you're at in life, and you seem to have some problem that I've got a channel with like 20 people watching me, and I've got moderators willing to give their time because they believe in my message, because we're trying to actually do something for the world here, bro. For some reason, you have to come along and try and destroy that, rather than like, have you never had a shit day? Have you never hoped you had somebody to talk to or something? You know what I mean? So, but you've got to come ruin the whole room for everyone. It's pretty disrespectful, dude. So I just ask you to be respectful. When you're asked to be respectful by the mods, you don't then attack the moderators. It's pretty poor optics, dude. Just saying. I'm nobody's best friend, and I have no one to call my friend. That's all right, mate. There's a lot of people like that. Someone's behind me? Nah, if someone was behind me, I'd know. There's a dog right here. Depression is often a wastebasket diagnosis. Yeah, for sure, Ryder. I agree, mate. It's definitely it's usually a symptom rather than the source. It depends, obviously, if you have a history of depression, or if like you're an adult and things just aren't going so well. Now you're experiencing depression. Obviously, there's very different things, and it is good to talk to a professional about these things as well. This sounds cocky. No, you're right. I appreciate you contributing to the conversation, bro. This sounds cocky, but I feel like therapy is useless because it's just them repeating back arguments I've already had in my head with myself 1,000 times. Yeah, therapy definitely has its utility in some ways, but I have also heard of a lot of people, they spend a lot of time in therapy, and it's just like going back and bringing up your trauma and talking about it and stuff is all right, but when you're going back for years talking about it, and like every week or twice a week you're going in and you're just dragging it all up to the forefront of your mind, I think personally, it's a point where you actually just get out and you start living life again, and you're out pursuing new things, and that all that stuff that was in your head and made you depressed, and the things that happened to you, you're so busy like living life that you don't really feel down, because you're like, I've created something new for myself. The thing I thought I could never create for myself, I'm out here doing it. I might only be doing it this much, but it's better than sitting in my head how I was sitting in my head or sitting in my bed, right? Again, I do ask people to be respectful in the chat. It literally says no politics or religion, so you know, I don't come into your house and sit on your couch and start being like, motorcycles, motorcycles. You want to let me tell you more about our Lord and Savior motorcycles, right? So I just ask you, show me the same courtesy. If you are of the religion you claim to be, there's plenty of scripture in your books about these things, that of what you're doing by doing that. You're literally, you've read it, and you're spitting in the face of God by what you're saying to me. You're not respecting what I wish to have here, right? So just like to point that out. I have a lot of religious friends and stuff, right? But you know, they don't go around forcing their opinion down my throat. I think that's where a lot of people take issue with a lot of things in the world, like identity politics and things. You know, religions, or other arguments with rainbow flags and stuff. I think it's all just for the most part, people don't really care. We kind of just want to go about our own lives, but we don't want it all forced in our face and pushed upon us. We're just trying to go about our lives just like you are, you know. So I just ask you guys to be respectful of that. Okay, I have completely caught up on the chat, guys. I'm at the bottom here. Depression is linked to intelligence, saying a lot about yourself. Okay. Like to hear more about the motorcycles. RG, I have a ZX14. I have a 08 CBR 1000 track bike and stuff. Teaching my missus to ride at the moment on a little VTR 250. So yes, therapy can be effective if you're prepared. This is Biff from Biff, who's got experience with therapy. Therapy can be effective if you're prepared to take time to work out problems and getting over your anxieties and past traumas. It helps you have a good it helps you have a good therapist who you trust. Yeah, but I mean, there's no point going to therapy unless you're just gonna like raw say it and be able to open up to it. There's no, if you lie to a therapist and you tell them whatever, like, they can't do their job, right? Exactly. I definitely think it can help. It's just also, I've seen a lot of people go to a lot of therapists and they're like, no therapist can help me, and they just bring it up, and yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I've gotten over. There's stuff I've had happen in life that I'll never get over. Best friends dying in front of me, for example, on motorcycles. Best friends being killed on motorcycles in front of me. That's never going to go away. The image in the mind, that's never going to leave. It's all right. It's all right. I I know they'd want me to be out and live and pursue, and they always loved my dreams and what I was pursuing, and were in full support of me. They wouldn't want me to be moping around about them. It'd be like, get on with it, bro. Come on. It's like, so that's how I view it, right? I'm always living in their memory, right? Like in my toughest moments, it's the people I've lost that I imagine them looking down, going, "Come on, bro. Come on, man. You ain't like this. Come on, get your ass up. That's not the you I know." And I'm like, "Yep." And I'll think of a lot of my friends died very young, right? 19, 21, 25, 17, shit like that. So, I've got years left on this earth and they don't. So I try and I don't know. When I was younger and very lost, I had some good friends and mentors and stuff that passed away and that, but they taught me things that have carried me a long way in life, right? So I just try and pass on what I can, man. Anyway, don't let a lazy doc keep trying antidepressants instead of keep continuing to look for a diagnosis. Yeah, for sure, Ryder. Yeah, try and see some specialists and stuff, as much as there's a wait list and a big cost to it, I'm told, these days. But yeah. What's the channel about? I had to look, but I didn't quite understand. It's about ADHD. A bit of everything. Self-improvement, right? But I have ADHD and autism, so we do talk quite often about my experience with self-improvement, because normal self-improvement advice does not work for people with mental health issues or neurodivergence, right? So ADHD, autism, heavy depressive episodes, trauma, PTSD, all these kind of things. To get up and grind, like I tried to do that for years, or taking in all this Tony Robbins and this and that and whoever, and it just never worked, because it's not made. It's made for normal people's brains, right? So I try and do the other side of it. A lot of it sounds very basic and simple strategies, but that's what we need and how we operate. Like when I was first, really doing my task list, having a lot of success with them, a friend of mine, and I always knew he was a bit, I've cut him out of my life now. Um, but he laughed at me because my task was. I said, "Oh yeah, they're doing real well for me in that." He said, "Oh, let me see one of these tasks." I said, "No, I'm interested, right?" And sort of feigned genuine interest. And then he was mocking me. He's like, "Oh, you've got feed dog on your list of task list. You've got brush teeth on your task list." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "No, no, no. Like you're meant to be putting like what you're doing, like what order you're sending out, this or that." I'm like, "No, no. Like this is the level I operate at." He's like, "Oh, what? So you can't even remember to brush your teeth or feed your dog?" I'm like, "No, I have ADHD. That's why I need a task list of this level." And he just mocked me relentlessly for it. And this is, a person I'd known 15 years who has a son with ADHD. And all they did was, drag him to the doctor and pump him full of meds. And, yeah, I just gave up on that situation in the end, This is how it goes sometimes with people. Holy crap. Do you hate your accent? No, I quite like my accent. What? This Avarange person, you've been in here 3 days in a row. Permanent ban. See ya. You have nothing but negativity to say. I'm never going to play into your negativity, dude. I just don't want you toxifying my chat. So, see ya. Very polite to claim that ADHD isn't real. What have I missed here? Yeah, we can have people can have differing opinions. It's fine. We don't need to abuse each other, guys. I'm really trying to keep up with the chat here. How have I got like 30 comments behind in like a minute? Therapy, Barika said, therapy never helped me. It's too triggering. What really helped me was to sort out my things and practice sports. Yeah. I'm definitely more on that side than therapy. It's like you can talk about things to an extent, but the only thing that's going to change it is action in a direction, is my personal opinion. The old outrun your depression. Obviously not every day sunshine and lollipops and stuff. I'm not saying, you just boop overnight your life's going to transform. I'm just saying, that's definitely a way to aim, right? Is to keep moving forward and just be proud in what little things you achieve and just chip away at it, right? Sorry, guys, I'm gonna have to ban some people out of here. Yeah, we're not having we're doing a mental health chat here, guys. So I do ask that you're respectful. Yeah, sometimes we do more joking streams and stuff and that, but at the moment we are doing a like a mental health self improvement chat, trying to help people out with depression and stuff like that. So I do these more serious ones. Sometimes I'm on here being a larrikin, and yeah, mate, we have a bit of a laugh, mate, bit of a larrikin, bit of Aussie, and crocodile, kangaroo, we have a good evening wind down. But at the moment, we're just trying to have a bit more of a serious one, guys, and that is the main reason I'm on here, guys. So I do try and just keep to that. I do appreciate you being here, though. I do remember you. I do remember you, Mac 10. I do remember you. It's just that's the topic at the moment, bro. Yeah, lunch and brush teeth on your task list. Yep, that's how it goes. We're talking about motorhomes. Mauricio. No, Mauricio. No, we're talking about mental health, mate. Mental health. And seeing if anybody needs some advice or some input or some whatever, they've got toxic friends, they got their family member going, no, you need to be a doctor or a lawyer, or I don't know. All sorts of topics, all sorts of things come up, right? So, you guys have the floor with the questions on that one. I'm just here. Sorry, guys, I'm just cleaning out the chat a little bit here. Why did that not work? No, there I had it. Let's just make sure I get it all deleted. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. It's just the perils of YouTube. The accent's perfect, bro. I find it comforting. G'day, Powderworks. Sorry I didn't see you there, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. As always, you'll never please everybody in the world, right? I think it's a great lesson when people come in here and they see the way trolls act towards me and stuff, right? And then you guys can relate to what happens in your own life with people at times, right? So it's all just an example, You always get people coming in here talking this and that, whatever, right? And they're just like the people in your life doubting you. Like, their opinions don't matter, right? It doesn't matter. So it's kind of the longer we're here, the more we grow, the more we get used to it, and you just start to see it more in the real world. The world looks a little brighter, mate. Good evening, Christine Hall. How are you, mate? Good to see you again. Can you all hit the like button if you haven't yet? We're low on likes today. We're at 20 likes. If you want to double tap me on the forehead. If you're not quite sure about me, you can poke me in the eye a couple of times. I do accept that also. Quite bad. I don't like crowd space and prefer to be alone. My anxiety spikes. Yeah, it's all right, Tristan. There's some people are more like that, right? It does help to sort of go out and introduce yourself to the things you're afraid of over time, because it definitely can get worse if you recluse and don't go much. That anxiety is going to get worse and worse and worse over time. So I would suggest you still try and get out there. Don't barricade yourself. Well, no, I don't like people in public that much either. I don't like being out in the world too much either. But the main thing is to realize, like, nobody cares what you're doing. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody, like, even if somebody was staring at you, judging you, it does. None of it matters. You're on your journey. They're on their journey. Just because you walk past another human being, it doesn't mean you have to actually cross paths. You don't have to join lives with them. Somebody gives you a glare or whatever. You ho hum. You go about your day. No politics, brother. We all know bad things happen in the world, brother, but no politics. If for all you care about that issue, if the best you can do is slam it in a chat to 9 people, you're not really having much effect, are you? So what's the point in doing that? It's ineffective, bro. Everyone's focused on themselves. You don't focus on everyone you pass on by. Why would they? Yeah. Everyone's going about. People are like, I'm at the supermarket. People are like, somebody maybe glares at you or on the doorway or whatever. For all you know, they've got 3 family members in hospital. They've got to go pick the kids up. Like, the people have their own shit. Think of all the problems. Think of the worst day you've ever had. Every day, if you're out and about in public, you're probably around a lot of people having that kind of a day. So. Come on, Mac. Don't make me time you out, bro. Please respect the conversation, bro. Please read the room, is all I ask, right? Sometimes we joke around on here a lot. Yeah, I've been to you and yeah. Right, I'm happy to do that, bro, but this isn't the stream for it. Cool? I'm trying to give you a chance, dude. I'm trying my best here, man. You're stimming? Yeah, Nick. Yeah, you gotta have a bit of a... It's good for you. So it soothes you down a bit. Or they're having a good day and then they care even less. I like that, Oog. Yeah. I'm talking about, somebody could be having the worst problems, as Oog says, or they're having a good day and they care even less. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I tell you what, I went into Bunnings today to get more paint for the truck. Man, the missus there just, oh yeah, we need some of this, need some of that. There were probably 150 people around me. I don't know. I only dealt with the person at the counter. Everybody else was just NPCs today. I'm not, whatever. Just going about my day. Yeah, Tristan. Be interesting. What? Look at the floor and walk. Looking at the floor and walking would imply you're trying to close up, right? Like you don't want to be seen. I would say you want to increase your confidence a bit, rather than so much the anxiety or whatever. I would bring up your confidence. I would suggest you start working out. I'm not saying join a gym and spend hundreds of dollars or whatever. I'm saying just start doing some squats. Start doing like some push-ups and stuff. Start going, like, don't go start running and trying to like run 10 miles a day. Just start intentionally getting in the steps each day and start to, you'll build your posture, you'll build your confidence, you'll start taking care of yourself better. So you carry yourself in the world like somebody you're really proud of, right? Keep that head up. You may ask a question if it's within the bounds of the room and trying to troll me like most people do when they say, hey, can I ask a question? So yeah, if it's a serious question, you're most welcome to, bro. The floor is open. That's what I'm here for. That's why we're here talking. So, yes, sir. Yes, you may. Hey, Hustle, how are you, dude? How's things going, man? Man, I popped into your live for about a couple of minutes today, Hustle, and dropped a like, man. You're looking You're looking jacked, mate. You just absolutely big abs, mate, from like those all that bar work, those big solid abs and that, mate. You're doing well. Liking the hair, bro. But I mean, built out, man. This man, Hustle Maniac. If you're into live workouts and stuff, this is one of the boys here, one of the bros, Hustle Maniac. Check him out. He works a full shift. Comes home. He doesn't come home in the dark after work. He goes out to like a public like calisthenics, like pull up bar, and does a live stream. This guy does not miss. He does not miss. He is out there, and you can see. You look at his streams from 6 months ago to now. His confidence, his physique, his just everything about this guy, right? And you've seen it. You can see it stack up over time, right? So if you want to see somebody the last 6 months of real solid work, check out Hustle Maniac. Yeah, not top of the food chain. See again, like this you're just stealing time from people, bro. You ask if you can ask a question. You're literally coming into a mental health and self improvement chat with people with depression stuff who are here seeking actual help, and all you can do is try and ruin the room. Like, do you think you're funny? Do you think you're clever? Like, really? That's your ambition in life. That's the best thing you can do with your time on Earth right now is try and just make all the attention go on you for something that's just total rubbish. It's just, level up, man. Stick around and listen, maybe. And then you can always make a new account and come back on that with a better attitude. Up to you, dude. Jenny, you could politely. You don't have to go over to your neighbour with the fireworks going off and smash on the door and be like, right? You can just be over and be like, hey, like I've got animals and stuff like the 4th of July for fireworks, and would it be all right? Like my dog, my dog's getting really upset every night. I'm struggling to sleep. Like, could you set him off in a park down the road or something? Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, I probably wouldn't say come on. I'd be like, just try and ask respectfully. People are generally. I've found in society, people are generally pretty good if you're chill and respectful and like you just talk to people. At first it might be a bit like that, and then like they kind of realize like you're not being a dick. But people are very quick to be like the heckles go up straight away, so it's just a friendly kind word without being like, hey guys, sorry. Just be like, oh hey, like just straight up, just real. Straight up and real. I think a lot of people respect generally, right? That would be my approach, Jenny. It's kind of the squeaky wheel gets the oil, if you don't complain. As far as the neighbours are concerned, oh yeah, oh no, oh should we set up the fireworks by neighbours and oh no, they're all right. They never say anything, like, you know what I mean? Like they're not aware there's a problem. So you try the amicable, polite response first, not like I'll call the council. Otherwise, it's like, hey guys, like you're not allowed to do it, but I don't want to be a dick and call the authorities on you. I don't want to be a dick, but I just, it's getting a bit much after a few days after, 4th of July. G'day, Lightwood. How are you, mate? I don't know. Maybe with I think it might be maybe this year, Jenny. You let it go just because it's like, isn't it like 250th anniversary of America and all that? And it's like, any other year it might just be like, okay, it's a few days after 4th of July, but this one's been such a big one for everybody. It's like you're against America, possibly. So yeah, I don't know. Just see how you go. Depends what kind of people there, and then I suppose figure it out. Read the room on it, as always. When in Rome, when at home, I don't know. Hello, beautiful. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm well, Chris. When people come in and call me beautiful, it makes me feel special, mate. So thank you. How many votes we got on the poll there? 33 votes. Do I believe in Jesus? No. I'm not religious myself. Not religious myself, no. Zed, hey. Sorry, guys, one moment. Hey, you. Hey, stop licking your bed. Oh, knees look. Oh, my knees really playing up in winter, eh? It's enough, alright? It's enough. Sorry guys, my knees giving up on me. We're in the depths of winter. I'm thinking it's going to be carnival diet fully by next week. Just been doing a lot with this truck, bending down, painting it and stuff as well. All still in Rome, different distractions. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We talked about that. We talked about that earlier, Lightwood. You know, how do you control a society? You keep them distracted. You keep them fighting amongst themselves, and that's all the trolls ever try to do. They come in and try and derail everything. You know what I mean? Make everyone fight. That's exactly it. You know, ruffle the feathers, upset the flock. Yep. What do you mean by let it go? Can it be for something which you work hard for, you still don't achieve it, and despite hard work? Sometimes things don't work out. Cool. Sometimes you grow. Sometimes you grow in the process, in the pursuit of something, to the point that you realize that's not actually what you want. You know, like people say you'll find what you want along the path. You know, start trying things, and you know you'll find what you want. Well, if you just started by trying one thing and you just build that up, maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you find you do this for a while and you go, actually, well, I want to move into this. I want to move into, you know, you're not a tree, mate. You know, you're not a tree. Failure is the process of learning, right? We learn by failure. So you pursue something. There does come a time you've put a lot of work at it, but it's not the work you put into it and you didn't make money or a career or whatever it is, or you didn't make a basketball team, whatever out the end of it. It's what did you learn along the way and how's it going to serve you later in life, right? So you can always reset, man. That doesn't mean you failed. It means that you can go, okay, well that didn't work. I've tried really hard. I've worked really hard at that, and you've got to decide if you really want that. You can push through and try and make a breakthrough in it, and maybe you'll still never get it right. But you know, maybe you want to change path, but don't change path because you feel you failed at what you're doing. Change path because you feel you've learned and grown, and now you want to pursue something different, right? I've dealt with a lot of that myself. I got 10 cars here. I'm about to scrap 10 of the same model car, and I'm about to scrap 4 of them because I plan to build them all and sell them all, and my values and my interests have changed. It'll take me years to do it, and I don't want to spend the next 3 years on the side building those cars. I want to pursue all my new shit, so I'm just clearing them out. I'm taking a loss on them, and I'm just going for what I now want to pursue, right? It's difficult, man. I definitely struggle with it. I doubt myself, but as long as I move forward each day, as long as I try and progress each day, you know, some days you go backwards, man, and that's all right. You have to appreciate the normal days, not just the really, really good days or the really, really bad days. The normal days where nothing's amazing, but hey, nothing went horrifically wrong today. Those are most days in life, right? So you start to learn to just enjoy them and be like, it's not an amazing day, but hey, it's still a good day. You know, the feet hit the floor, you got an opportunity. Some days just go to shit within the first minute of waking up. Some days you wake up and things are already going to shit, you know. You know, like some days you wake up and a car's rolled outside your house and you hear oh, bang, and you wake up at 5 until 6 in the morning and there's a car accident, and you know it happens. In the last year, within 100 feet either direction of my house, in the last year, 5 cars have rolled. 5. I had to go out and help. Excuse me, sir. With all the respect, you're so handsome. Thank you very much, mate. I get that quite often. My missus, she lives here with me. She's at work at the moment, but she doesn't so much mind people complimenting me as long as it's left at that. You know, as long as people don't start to get a bit weird, I do have to stipulate. I have been taken off the market. Obviously, you know, because I'm so handsome. I'm kidding. I never thought much of myself and my appearance, to be honest. I always sort of look, you know, the patchy beard in there. Oh, no, I had a lot of self-doubt for a long time. So it's nice to be flattered sometimes. What do you reckon, Craig Posh? Do I need another haircut yet, mate? What do you reckon? Craig's the in-house hairdresser, so I don't know. Oh no, it starts to get a bit long and straight down there, Craig. I don't know, mate. I need some styling gel or something, mate. So this is more where we we can throw in a bit of humour here or there if there's not trust your gut. Yeah, that's it. Trust your gut. Like you can always change path, right? You're not a tree. Just remember, you're not a tree. You're not rooted in the ground. You don't have to do what you're in forever. You can shift out of it. Sometimes it's painful. It's definitely painful. It's hard to let it go. It's an ego death, right? It's an ego death of like. But I was talking about today with Susie, and honestly, only today did I fully understand it. I was talking about clearing up these cars and stuff. I talked with Susie. I talked a bit on the last stream about it, and it came down to Susie asked my partner Susie. She asked, "Are you struggling to get rid of these cars because you're sentimental about them?" And I said, "Oh, like not really sentimental. Like she's like, are you attached to them?" I said, "I'm attached because I hadn't thought about it till I spoke it out. This is why it's good to talk to people, right? Or you can type it out here, right? So you can let it out a bit. I said, I'm not attached to the material thing. I'm not attached to any of that. I'm attached to the plans I had for them. When I got them 3 years ago, I'm going to do this with this was this. And I've changed a lot, but I've changed plans and I'm always trying to fit them into my future plans. But the thing is these things, I've changed so much with my goals and ambitions and what I actually want out of life that these things are no longer relevant and they're just like a big concrete barrier in the middle of the road in the way of what I'm trying to do. And they're literally physically in the way of everything I want to progress. So I have to let them go. I have to let go of the idea of I was going to have them all rode up and all these things you know and just be realistic of I don't want to be building them for the next 5 years. It's not what I want. I want to build cars and trucks. I want to motorbikes. Yeah, there's a lot I want to do with that, but not with these ones. You know. Oh, Claire, yeah, Northland, further up in Northland, pretty far north, mate. Pretty far north, but I don't see too much on here. Don't see too much on here, mate. Yeah, kind of sadly how it is on here. Everyone deserves love, yeah. Do you think an emotional relationship with someone other than parents is necessary for someone? Oh, yeah, it depends what you want to call an emotional relationship. I think people need friends. You need to get out in the world and do stuff. Uh, you know, you can't like sheltering yourself away from the world is not the solution. There's a lot of good people out there if you go out there and find them. You know what I mean? Like if you pursue a hobby, if you start going to like one of those indoor rock climbing places, right? You show up as a new person. Everybody like and you want to do that. All people are gonna welcome you, right? And then they're gonna take you like I had flatmates like that did rock climbing and stuff, and they went, "Oh, come along with us to the fake wall one night." Oh, okay, I did that. And then it was, "Oh, like, come climb these walls with us, right?" And like ropes and whatever. And I got into that. So it's just where you want to place yourself is where you're going to find the people interested in what you're interested in. So just don't be afraid to get out there. Like your group of people is out there, but you just have to you have to be out there to find them, right? It's like if you're in the wrong relationship, you can't be out in the world finding the right person. There's a lot of people in bad relationships and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not sure, whatever." It's like if you're with someone and you've been with them a while, and you're like, you only need to ask one question: Do I want to spend the rest of my life? I have one life on Earth. Do I want to spend the rest of it with this person or not? Maybe you both need to grow a bit, change, plan it together, work together. But can you work with that person to build a life that you actually want to spend your one time on Earth with that person? The answer is yes or no. And if the answer is no, you need to be free of that, to be available, to explore, to go, to find your way, and then you're going to meet the person that's appropriate for you along that way. Maybe you never will. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe some people prefer to be alone. Need someone to talk to, vent, laugh with. I definitely think so. You know, loneliness is a very real thing, obviously, especially with the elderly and stuff, right? If you wanna look at the psychological effect of not having friends and stuff and loneliness, and the kids move out of home and whatever. Look, the loneliness of elderly people. When all their friends are gone and the grandkids don't come by and whatever, and they pretty much get forgotten. Is it normal to hate yourself? I wouldn't say it's normal or optimal. I'd say most people, or probably all people, go through something to some extent, whether it's their looks, their whatever. We hate things about ourselves for sure. We're all our own biggest critic, right? Like an artist is their own biggest critic. You talk to any artist and they'll make a bit of art that everybody thinks is incredible, amazing. Wow, you're so talented. And they're like, oh, it's wrong here, it's wrong, because you've got a closer lens on it, right? This is why you don't care about what anybody thinks of you. This is why you don't need to care about what anybody thinks of you, because they've got that kind of lens. You've got the lens of everything of you. It's like I get a troll come in here, go, oh, you're poor, you live in a caravan, why would I listen to you? They've seen 1 or 2 minutes of my life, right? I've seen 39 years of my life. So nobody actually knows me, right? Everybody knows me at the point they interacted with me, and that's who I am, but they don't know the story. They don't, nobody, you feel me? We're all our own biggest critic, mate. I would say talk to yourself in your head as a friend you're trying to comfort. You have a friend come to you with problems, they're your problems. Your friend's coming to you, go, man, I'm failing this, I'm suffering with this, I hate myself about this. You wouldn't talk to them the way you talk to you. You'd try and help them. You'd be like, man, you're being too hard on yourself. The same way I'm kind of approaching you, right? Try and treat yourself with that same kindness and compassion, and make sure you're looking after yourself before others. It's not selfish to put yourself first, because you can't serve other people if you're burnt out. If your cup's empty, you can't pour anything from an empty cup to help anyone. So what you want is to fill your own cup first, make sure you're taking care of you, and then any overflow, anything you can spare, pour it to others, serve others, help others. That's what I do here, right? I work on cars, I work on what I'm doing and building my homestead, my life here and whatever. But I'm trying to sort of come back for everyone else from where I was at 3 years ago, depressed, alone, and I tried to end my life, literally right here, right? Tried to end my life, right? So I'm here from that, trying to share everything I've learned, everything that's helped me, everything that worked, everything that didn't. Yeah. Yeah, caravan, mate, caravan. Why is every person on social media so happy? Because it's not real cool. Social media isn't real, bro. Like, they're so happy because they're filming a happy, hey guys, oh my god, look, we're on holiday in Tahiti, yay! Stop recording. And then they're back arguing or something, bro. Like, they're stressed out of their mind because the flight's been changed. They're only showing you what they want to show you. That's not the real world. You're not behind these people. You're not behind these people. They don't have some amazing life and you're a failure. It's not how it is, alright? Bear in mind this. There's 9.5 billion people on Earth, roughly, right? 8.5 billion. 3 billion people still do not have the internet. So you're not seeing their social media. You're not seeing the 3 billion people in a mud hut and stuff carrying water on their head while outrunning a lion, you know what I mean? You're not seeing, you're only seeing these people that have crafted a curated image, and it's all made, like, from editing shorts and stuff. I've been learning about some of the stuff, and it's all like curating sounds and layering sounds and eliciting emotion, and right, like these it's not real. Just know that, right? So it's only you versus you. Don't measure yourself against all of the stuff you see. It's not real, bud. My beautiful soul. Thank you, miss. Oh, I try my best, mate. I try my best. I'm 6'2". Somebody crying because I talk like this. What are you crying for, mate? What's wrong? What's wrong, mate? Why are you crying? I don't want to make anybody cry, mate. Well, sometimes tears can be good, right? It's all right. You people, no, I don't know if the person's serious over there. I hope they're all right. But so there's nothing wrong with feeling stuff, guys. If you're sitting here watching me and you're in the privacy of your own home, there's nothing wrong with body feeling something I'm saying. Go, man, I have been too out of myself. I'm like, let it out, cry it out, let it out, feel it, and then make a plan moving forward. You don't have to fix your life tomorrow. You don't have to rush at it. It's good to have you want things to change, but you can come in here each day or whenever and ask questions and stuff, right? That's what I do this for, guys. Have some wonderful answers. I try my best, cool. I try my best, man. Bear in mind, guys, obviously I am just a normal dude. I'm not like a mental health care professional or anything, right? I'm just a guy who's lived experience, depression, ADHD, autism and stuff, and I'm just trying to come back from a fellow man or woman, right? I had I couldn't have helped anybody from where I was at, right? I've had to bring myself through the door first. I have to make sure I'm taking care of myself before I show up here for these talks. So I'm just like, you know, so you go on, dude. That's all right, mate. That's all right, mate. Nothing wrong with cry. You know, we're humans with feelings and emotions. You know, if you bottle everything forever, I think that's what's changing for the modern times. Is you talk about it now, right? You know, if I'd been talking about this in the 1970s or 80s, or even 2000s, like right, early 2000s, it was like, you know, you didn't talk about mental health. No. It's I don't know if it's a New Zealand thing or what, but it was, you know, suck it up, you know, deal with it, young fella, you know, get on with it. Like, you know, I'd be having a tough day at work, suck it up, get on with it, you know. So there wasn't any talking about feelings. You know, I'm certainly not like the liberal side of it, of like everything's about feelings and everything's about kindness with everything, right? Sometimes I will be quite firm about stuff. I'm definitely hard on myself, right? I'm hard on myself every day. You know, I'm hard on myself with this YouTube channel. Like with 10 people watching right now, I'm hard on myself because I want to be affecting hundreds of people at once. I want this to, you know, but it's taking time, right? But regardless, I still appreciate every single viewer, every single like. You know, it all builds the channel over time, and see where it goes. Right? I don't know exactly what this will become yet, but I know at the moment I can turn up, I can do this, and it's helping people. So that's what I do. Makes ups, accept your mistakes and let them go. Every day is a new day. That's a good one. Yep, it's a good one, Christine. I like it. Told to toughen up. Yeah, there's certainly an element of it, Nick, with toughening up. But there is you know, when things, you know, we do need to talk about the mental health of it, and this is the place for it. I think mistakes can be a good thing if you can learn from them. Oh, absolutely. We human beings do not learn anything from success. You learn nothing. There is nothing to be learned from success. There's, put it this way: somebody shows up and hands you a Lamborghini. Are you going to look after it as well as if you'd worked your whole life, 20 years, built a business, and you finally got it as your dream car? You're going to treat it like your absolute baby. But if you're a 16-year-old billionaire's kid and you just get handed it, it now has no value, right? It's just a status thing to others. You didn't earn it. It doesn't really have anything to it, right? We learn through failure. Like, you know, when you're learning to walk, you know, we didn't go from crawling to walking perfectly. It's, you know, you fall into a coffee table 20 times, you know, you fall over backwards, right? Learning to ride a bike, you know, we forget that as a kid, right? You scuff your elbow learning to ride a bike, you tumble down the road, you get up, you dust off, you know, rub some dirt in it, right? I try and tough it through my days now like that. I try and remember who I am as a kid and a teenager, that I toughed it out. You know, I used to jump BMXs and get fly and tumble and scrape up end to end, and I was, oh yeah, oh bloody hell, oh let's get going. I realised I kind of lost that as an adult through just like working and being inside a lot and watching Netflix and that. That it would be like bad weather and stuff. Oh, I'm not going to go out there at all, and then it's a bit windy, you know, like, you get what I mean? So there's a live I did on that push up. If you look up push-ups in a hurricane on my channel under the live thing, yeah, I did a bunch of push-ups in the pouring rain and the hurricane. Like, yeah, and that fixed it right there. That fixed it right there to make me for months since I get out there. Oh well, it's raining. Oh well, I don't feel like I'm. Oh, it's raining. I don't want to. Oh well, I guess we'll go do it. It's only water. You know, you start to just change it that way. Keep trying, Nick. Don't give up. Yeah, Nick will be all right. Nick's just having Nick's 16, right? As we say to Nick, once you get out of school, Nick, you'll be right, mate. You'll figure it out as you go. But once you get out of that environment you're in and stuff, and start finding your own people and that, you'll be right, mate. I think you'll be doing a lot better soon. So you know, you're always welcome to vent out in here, Nick, and talk to people and that. Existence is an accident. Yeah, who would know, Tyler? I don't have my time in life to figure it out. You know what I mean? If I spend my life asking the question of why are we here, I won't have a life, right? Why are we here? Where do we go once we die? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I do while I'm here and how I make the most of it, you know? Don't know if it's worth your time. Nick, it doesn't have to be for money or anything, right? You can do it out of passion. Like, it depends what your motive is. Why did you start doing music? That's what you're trying to remember. Not what it's become, not how it's going that you don't like about it. Why did you start doing music? What did it do for you? What does it still do for you? You know, that what do you draw from it for you? You don't have to monetize everything. You don't have to, you know. People are strange. Yeah, yeah. People are strange is a good song. Was that Crowded House? That's interesting. I definitely know the song, but I didn't know it was Crowded House. Any advice for getting ghosts of this guy I've been talking to every night for 3 weeks? Blocked me on everything out of nowhere, even after he said he liked me. Did you a favour? Smile. Seriously, smile. He did you a favour. He let you know early who he was. He didn't lead you on. You didn't. He told you he liked you, right? Talking for 3 weeks. He didn't lead you on like forever. It didn't get a year from now. You didn't get 10 years from now with kids and you've got the whole rest of your life now free to find somebody else and perhaps be a bit more guarded in the future. Be careful. It is difficult because you get people do that. Certainly it won't be. Certainly won't be the last one that will try do something like that with you. But that's all right. You view it as this: people are filtering themselves out of your life, right? So they're doing you a favor. Them ghosting you like that, they showed you who they are straight away. They didn't waste you. They didn't waste years of your life and going out, hanging out with them and stuff, right? And really, really hurt you, right? They did you a favor, mate, and now you're free to do as you please. So you won. Same when somebody cheats on you or something. Like, we've had people come in here, they're like, look, like, my girlfriend cheated on me with my best friend. It's like, what do? I'm so destroyed. It's like, you won. Your friend exposed himself as a snake you couldn't trust. You can cut them out of your life now, and you're down a girlfriend that, I hope they're happy together. Congratulations, they deserve each other, right? But you won the situation. You found out early on what was happening. You've come out of it, and you have the whole rest of your life ahead of you, rather than having a wife for 30 years you find out was cheating on you. But how many people go their whole lives and die and get buried with their wife who was cheating on them for 50 years, right? So when somebody exposes himself early on, they did you a good favor there. That's how I see it. Would never couple up again. Yeah, I've felt that way at times, but you live and you learn. Everybody's different, right? You certainly make sure you don't find those same kind of person again. You beware of the red flags, and you make sure you. Do I believe everything happens for a reason? Again, it's one of those questions you can spend. Don't ask the questions in life you can never get an answer to. Is there a big man in the sky? Did the dinosaurs speak Japanese? I don't know. Maybe they did. You can spend your life asking questions of the world and learning about things that are very. Learn about a bit of this or that and everything. But maybe everything, as far as everything happens for a reason in regards to more so what we're talking about, if we go more that way and try and stay on topic, that's probably my F up there. Yeah, everything happens for a reason in your journey in life. The things that happen are lessons, and it's what you can draw from them. They're not, things will smack you down a bit, but a lot of things are lessons and perspective. Like, I've had friends die, and it's reignited me in life that, hey, I need to stop wasting my time in that and live on in their memory and these kind of things, right? It's very reflective. What Larry Bird say there? Hello from Reunion Island again. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow any. I only follow. I only really, very rarely, very occasionally, I watch sports, but the only sports that take two balls, right? So, like motorcycle racing, car drifting, rally driving. I like that kind of stuff. Not into sports with just like a ball that people hit around or throw or whatever or kick. Nah, it's not my thing personally. Not my thing. Like, so yeah, Nick, I just do it. If you have a passion for it, you can make your music. You don't have to publish it, whatever, right? But you can do it. It just depends why you're doing it, right? What do you draw from it? Is it to help other people, impress other people? Is it for you? Do you find it cathartic for you? Do you find it healing for you to write these songs? And do you not want to do it because you're afraid of what other people might think or something, right? NF would be a music artist that's really showing that. NF has done a really good job of showing that, of telling his story of life, and he puts it out there. It's like me. I don't put out what I do here for the haters. There's always going to be doubters and stuff. I put it out for you guys. I put it out for the people who can benefit from it. It's never about, you can put out something into the world that 99.9% of people will hate. In anything you do, you can put out 99.9% of people in the world will hate what you're doing. But that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the 0.01 that are on your side. G'day, Alva. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I definitely like NF. When I Grow Up, it was a really good song. Clouds as well. Keep going, Nick. I'm trying to make music. My mind keeps coming out as poetry pieces. Keep going. It's such a lifesaver. That's interesting. Maybe electro. Maybe that's what it's meant to be. Maybe that's your own genre. That's your style. Why is it a problem if you're trying to write music and it comes out as a poetry piece? What's the problem? It's your way of doing music. So you're measuring it against like other people and like, oh, it's like what's wrong with a poetry piece? Sounds good. I want to know more. I'm immediately intrigued because it's different. Killer in life is judgment. Blank, do you mean your own judgments or judgments from others, or self judgment? And if the reason you're still alive, yeah, it definitely was there for me, and sometimes too, yeah, for sure. Same with Oliver Tree in that. Again, like Oliver Tree situation has reminded everybody, live on with his kind of message, spread what he was spreading. Be a light on the world, not a blight on the world. That's all it is. What's going on here between Kanana Med and Amelia? He can't delete any. Yeah, he's. Yeah, okay. All right, Amelia. Is this person being a problem, Amelia? Let me know. I'm trying to keep up with it all. The thing is if I read something, guys, and I start talking about something 30 or 60 seconds, if the chat goes trolls and stuff, I'm like, I do try to do my best. Oh, we hit 50 votes on the poll. Thank you, guys. Do vote on the poll if you haven't yet. Hit the like if you haven't. If you've sort of been here a minute or two and you're like, oh, this guy's sort of all wrong or something, do throw me a like, help out the channel, sub if you wish to. Double tap me on the forehead, anywhere above the chat. If you just double tap on the screen, 2 taps, right? That's all I ask. So if you haven't liked it, please do. I only asked about once. It's been an hour. I haven't asked. Right. Never released my music. That's all right, Nick. Yeah, make it for you, man. Make it for you, and hope it. Yeah, just have it keep serving you, bro. Okay, no worries. No worries at all, Amelia. Sorted. Gone. Gone forever. Please do not harass my regulars and stuff, guys. If you come in here and this is not a dating service or something. This isn't a way for you to pick up women. It's a mental health and self improvement chat. I would ask everyone in my chat, please don't ever give out your details on Instagrams and stuff unless you've been talking for a long time with the person here, and you never if they've got a channel and subs and what what I mean. Like, there's a lot of nameless, faceless accounts and stuff on here, and you never know who's on the other end. So do be very careful. Do be very careful. Yep. Yeah, all good, Amelia. Sorry, I didn't catch that sooner, mate. You don't need to be. I sort of said he was just being weird. Yeah, I feel like you've got an apologetic tone there. Right? You can speak up about stuff like that, Amelia. You don't have to suffer through it. If I missed something like that, I just saw your comment that he deleted it and he was denying it, so I just thought I'd. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. It's a lot to manage here. Alright, got no mods here for like the last hour. Celtic's probably in the background, maybe, but Celtic doesn't want to get in trouble for banning out the wrong person either. He's alright. I quite like Celtic. I like Celtic as a person. He's a very, very genuine person. Killer Trolls Mouths Base. Hellfighter back in. What's up, brother? Hope life is good and continues to get better every day. It is, bro. I mean, some days you go a bit backwards, right? Some days you go a bit backwards, but over the long term, it's like a climbing stock market. It has its ups and downs, but we're going up each day as long as I truck forward, man. We keep that positive mindset. That's it, right? How are you going there, fighter? Hey, Space Command. Ghosty, no, I have a missus, mate. Hope that answers your question. That's why I quit poetry. I wanted to try and make music for change. Just do you, Electro. Just make, just. You know what's happening, Electro. I think you're on your biggest critic. You're like, I want to make music, but I don't want to do poetry. It's like, but that's where you've developed your skills of use what you can for it. You might not want to put it out because of what you think of it, but you never know who it might speak to. Every artist is their own biggest critic. I'm as single as a straw and a rapper. Oh, wow. Oh, some of the stuff you guys say sometimes, you just kill me with it, eh? You just kill me with it. Hi, everybody. How's your day been, Space Command? Good to see you again, mate. Yep. So, Amelia, bear in mind, guys, if people are harassing you across multiple chats and live streams and shit, right, you can just block them yourself. So you can click on any name in here, right, and you can just go block, right, and then you'll never see their messages, and not just my channel, in any channel ever. They will disappear from your YouTube, right? Cool. So just so you guys know, if you're sick of seeing, the only thing is if you do that, then there might be messages in chat you don't see, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm confused, like who's talking, right? So that's the only thing there. Yeah, okay, Electro. Yeah, that's fair, bro. That's fair. So I try write something different there, man. Try write about a different experience. Try write about nature or something. Rather, I don't know. Try write about something very far away from that. Okay, Electro. Let me put it this way. Try write it actually about yourself, rather than about what she did to you, what happened with it, whatever that situation is, right? Why don't you write it about actually yourself, about where you're heading in life, you're about moving forward. Call the album Rebirth or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just switch it into aimed at what's happening into your future rather than staring at your past, right? You'll see that through music artists, right? Through their catalogue of albums, they'll start off with like a hurt and a relationship, whatever. Unless you're Taylor Swift, isn't it Taylor Swift who just sings songs about ex-boyfriends forever? I'm the best. Oh, thank you, mate. I think I wouldn't say I'm the best. I'm just me. I'm just a little old me, mate. Love her and Mark loves. No. I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna hide behind my muscle. Oh, I'm gonna be like Jack Doherty. I'm gonna hide behind my muscle. I'm gonna Jack Doherty and hide behind my muscle. Hide behind my muscle. Jack Doherty spec. Fuck's sake. Hello, Wesley. How are you, mate? Been a while. Hydrated? That could be a good idea. Should we have a coffee? Who wants coffee? Should we have a coffee? Anybody want a coffee? I'm going to make a coffee. If you want a coffee or a tea, now's the time. You head to your kitchen, boil the jug, the kettle. We're going to make a tea or coffee. Maybe you want a hot chocolate. Something like that. Yeah. All right. We're going to do that. Going to do that. Oh, did I refill the water? Hang on, guys. Oh, my back. Yeah, I need to go like pure carnivore again. I know I've been doing a lot the last few days, but I'm starting to think I need to go pure carnivore diet for winter. My joints are getting... Oh, yeah. Ow. I'm all good. I'm just old. I crashed a lot of motorcycles and BMX bikes. Just hang on. You're going to have to bear with me, chat. Speaking of which, where is Bear? I believe I last saw Bear yesterday. He said he was lurking. Where is Mr. Bear? I've been thinking today, you know what I've been thinking about? I've been thinking about all these people we had such great conversations with and stuff in the last few months. How people that were like regulars and stuff, and they kind of just, it's not that they vanished over time or took less over time, it's just they were here for a couple of weeks or something and then they weren't. And Susie went, well, maybe they're out doing stuff, and they were people who were doing really well off your advice and coming and sort of thanking you. And then I'm like, yeah, but they've vanished. Like, I'm wondering how they're doing. And she's like, well, maybe they got the message and they're out living. I'm like, oh, I guess I hope so, you know. So I just hope, you know, it's a weird thing doing YouTube where, like, you know, you go up 20 subs a day or 30, 40 subs a day, and it's like, you know, I'll gain 200 subs in a week doing a chat like this, except then it's like 15 people at a time through the night, and I'm like, well, where do all these new people go that they're there, like, you know, we gain 3 or 4 people a day who are here for an hour or two of stream, and then it's like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I get boring too quick. Or maybe they see me working on cars and workouts and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Oh, we'll boil the kettle, so that's going to be a bit noisy, so we'll come over here. Hi. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. Can I help you? Hello. Hello, dog. Hey, puppy. Oh, wow. You alright? Okay. That's good. Is that right, dog? Is that right? Is that right, puppy? Oh. It's a hard life, eh? There we go. Happy puppy. You good? You tired tonight? You gonna eat me? I got your tooth there. I can see your little tooth. No, I want the tooth. Tooth. I want the tooth. I want that little... No, am I annoying you? I won't annoy you. Sorry, dog. You see? I've annoyed her now. Have I annoyed you? Yeah, I've annoyed her too. I've annoyed her too much. She's like, piss off. I'm trying to sleep. Can I be one of your mods? Maybe in time, bro. We'll see how we go. Like, for me, with mods, they're kind of people I need contact with through Instagram and stuff. So, I was thinking about this last night since Nick mentioned she could mod. And for me, it's like, I can't really be talking, like, I do my show here, but like anybody under 18, I won't connect with through Instagram or anything. Like, I can't be sitting there private messaging, like, you know, non-adults and stuff like that, obviously. And I also want to be people who are, you know, they're in here a lot and stuff, but, you know, I like to know who the people are, and I like to know who my mods are. Like, Susie's definitely, you know, she's chief moderator. We got Celtic over in the US there. We got Mandy, who's a Kiwi, who's been doing a lot of art and stuff with the channel, so she sort of gets with the program on the co-working streams and stuff. So Infamous is just a massive channel supporter, and you know, has a bit of stuff on his channel and that. So yeah, cuteness overload. Yes, she is. She's had enough of my yeah, powder. Yeah, Well, I was going to say Susie for a second there. Same thing. Susie and Heidi basically both have enough of my crap. She's just out to it. She's just tired. He's just out cold. Yeah, howdy. She had a good day. She's been out in the new truck. You know, she's been in the last 3 days. She's spent at least 10 hours in the new truck. So various trips around to stores and things. So yep, you're a good person to choose. Let me put it this way, Space Command. Let me put it this way. Anybody who asks me to be mod and like offers and stuff, it's really off-putting for a creator. I'm just letting you know. It's like, for me, it's just a vibe thing, and eventually I'm like, yeah, okay, that person can, yeah, that'd be great. You know what I mean? Just depends. It's just a vibe thing, you know? So don't take it personally or nothing. I have to be very. Put it this way, I used to bring on a lot of people as mods, and then one mod was deleting people, not when I was live, so I wasn't seeing it, but somebody was hiding people off my shorts, so everybody I had that commented, like my biggest fans who were commenting on everything, somebody was going through and banning those people, and it wasn't until I checked who was hidden that I noticed. I wondered where some people had gone, and it was only because one of the people who got banned was I was connected with on Instagram, and they're like, dude, I've been banned off your channel, and I'm like, I haven't been live for a day. How have you suddenly got banned? And that's what was happening. So I had to take all the mods off at that point, and now I'm sort of slowly reintroducing them. But yeah, being a YouTube creator certainly teaches you a lot about things and people and wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah. It's one of my issues is I tend to be too trusting of people. I tend to let people in and try and believe in. I can pet her a little, but she's pretty out to it, mate. She's pretty. I'm just gonna. She's tired. She's very tired. She was grumbling at me. I tried to pet her a minute ago, and she's very tired. She put her paw over her face. She was very not amused by my antics. So just let puppy sleep. Yeah, she's out cold. She's exhausted. Good morning, country girl Ava. Good to see you again, mate. How are you? Helping a friend here. She told him he's really. Helping a friend here. If she told him he's really sweet but not her type, does he need to try and move on from crushing on her? Yep. Just walk away. So there's always a thing of like some woman will do that, or girls. It's more of a girl behavior rather than a woman's behavior. Um, they'll do that as like but you should have chased me more. You should have kept trying. It's like if this has been the whole cancel culture thing. It's like if a man tries and a woman says no, they want that boundary respected. And then there's a whole group of other women like, no, I'm just playing. I'm just like, you just don't want that kind of person anyway. It's a really big red flag. You know what I mean? If someone's just going to bullshit you around, you're looking for somebody who's honest and real and straight up. That's it. So if they go, oh, I'm not her type, she's told you she's not your type, take what she said as fact. Right? Oh, you're not my type, I'm not interested. Cool, done. Because it's either you're not her type and she's being genuine, or she's the kind that's playing silly games. If you want to play games, get a PlayStation. If you want to play games, you get a PlayStation, right? So either way, it's just both options are a walk away. The other option is he's the one taking on all the risk and trying to figure out the freaking game and being suckered in. And do you want to spend your life with somebody like that? No. Do you want to spend your life with somebody that right from the start says you're not my type, I'm not interested in you, following them around like a puppy dog? Because that love is only going to go one way, right? That's the kind of person that, you break up with them and then 5 years later you make it and you're doing well in life and they're like, oh, we should get back together. And they're just trying to use you, right? They're trying to use that connection. So, had a chance and missed it. I wouldn't want to be with someone who plays games. You're bang on misbehaving. Thank you for your input there, mate. It's much appreciated. There you go. Look, your friend seems like a nice person. There you go. As I said, we don't do a dating thing here, but, your friend needs to find somebody like misbehaving, somebody with that right mindset. So misbehaving's best line earlier was, "I'm as single as a straw in an individual pack, right? A straw and like wrapped in the paper." It was so bad, dude. They only met like once, so it's why he's holding on to. Guesses maybe they can grow closer. I don't know what to tell him. She's already said it's not his type. He needs to respect what she's saying. She's already told him. He's hanging on like with this hope that the answer's going to change, whereas a lot of women would have lied to him and led him on. She's outright. She's actually had the respect to tell him, "You're not my type. I'm not interested. We've hung out once. You're not my type." Like that's the thing is once a woman gets the like, "Oh, I see you as a brother," or they get the ick at all, it's nah. He's just wasting his time, and all he's going to do is hurt himself more. He needs to understand that she's given him an answer and he needs to respect that. And he needs to be grateful for that answer. She didn't just ghost him and not give a reason. She didn't just vanish. She didn't just block him. She's actually credit to her. She's had the respect to let him know. That says a lot. Most won't do that. So, you know. The one that got away, fishermen have it, and so do serial killers. I'm as single as a straw in a wrapper. Oh no. There you go, Nick. Nick or Electro, there's a good rapping name for you. Call yourself Straw. Because you're a rapper and a rapper. I don't know. Never mind. I must be getting overtired, chat. We've lost our way again. You like my lives? I quite like them too. As always, guys, I won't always be funny with every joke. Sometimes I will be a bit. As I say, what I enjoy about my lives is being me. What I enjoy about my lives is I'm not here being like bippity boppity, zippity zappity guys, or let me write your name on a piece of cardboard. Let me put a rubber band or a watermelon. It's just entertainment for money. It's like a street performer. Like I'm not here to be a street performer. I'm here to be me. Unapologetically myself, and I inspire you all to be the same. That's not invite, not inspire. I invoke parlay to discuss these things. Yes, I'm very wisdomous. Did you know? People make you who they are, how they treat you. People make you who you are, how they treat you. A lot of that I think can be overcome. I've had a lot of toxic people around me that have made me into something I sort of didn't want to be in some ways, and made me believe things about myself that were untrue, and that made me doubt myself a lot. But I think I have to disagree and say you make you who you are in the end, right? When you take control over yourself back, when you take full accountability, that's where you take your power back, right? Absorbing the wisdom, yes. It's been sucked through the straw, but it does throw away your rapper theory. I'd just like to point out there is if religion actually is a thing, right? And there is a hell, there is a special place in hell for whoever made us get thick shakes and drink them through a paper straw to save a sea turtle. With all the other plastic that ends up in the ocean from third world countries and shit, where it's just like literally just like everyone's literally taking their rubbish out of the house and dumping it in the river, and it's just going out to sea, and then we're drinking through a piece of paper. You try and just enjoy it. But I couldn't do it, man. The first time I ever got a milkshake from McDonald's or some crap years ago, and they gave me a paper straw, it was like sucking on a toilet roll. Well, like first sip, like the whole enjoyment of drinking the drink went out, and all that I could focus on was the texture and taste of the outside of the straw. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I've heard of some people, they go and buy like a forever straw, so they go and buy a stainless straw, let alone how, I don't know what it would take to make that in energy and whatever, and how much pollution that would be. But I've heard some horrible stories about people chipping their teeth on them and stuff, right? These stainless straws, and they go, oh dang, and it slides round from the side of the mug into their mouth and chip off teeth and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. Struggle with any relationships, so I don't form any. Well, learn by doing, mate, obviously, right? Yeah, you're not going to get any better at relationships or friendships or anything if you're not doing them. Everybody says, people come out of social interactions and like, oh, I said too much. Like I get off here, I'm like, oh, did I say like how do you think? Put it this way. How do you think I feel after being off a stream on here and I get all these trolls and all this judgment, all this stuff? Like, look at how much gets put at me in a day. You know what I mean? Just on here. No, I'm not playing Wawa. I'm just saying. And it's just like, I sit here and I go like, am I doing what I should be doing on here? I'm not. They're not living rent free in my head. But I'm like, how can I handle this better? How can I serve people better? How can I grow the channel? How can I reach as many people as possible? How can I save more lives? You have a weenus? I have a weenus too. Look, I've got a look. Hang on, let me show you. Oh, you've made me smack my cigarette now. I got a big scar there on my weenus. It's right there. There's a big scar. And I shattered my elbow on my first motorbike crash. There's a big scar. But just so everybody knows, this is called your weenus. The loose skin on your elbow. It's called a weenus. That is a weenus. I'm going to have to charge my phone, guys. Hang on. I got my new charging brick. Oh, I can use my new... Oh, let's just plug it onto that bit for now, I think. Well, weren't we making a coffee? Didn't I? Nobody reminded me, you know. We've been over this before, chat. You know that? We talked about this before. I tell you people, I tell you, I have ADHD. If you see me boil the jug and I go, hey guys, we're having a coffee, let's go make one, then you see me not make a coffee. Like, come on. I need a little help here, guys. I lost a like for that. See, I asked for one thing and I lose a like again. Anyway, I'm going to tone it down. Calm down. I'm just going to stick this in, alright? If you're new here, it only hurts the first time, but I got to stick this up. Yeah, hang on. Let's get this charger in. Not great, good with people? Yeah, but you're only going to get... You're not good with people because that's where you're at, right? Like, you're not going to get better with people by avoiding people. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to throw yourself into it. It's like when I started motorcycling, I sucked at motorcycling compared to all the people. Like, I started going on group rides and I sucked at riding a motorcycle. Like, I was alright, but I certainly wasn't good, right? And that'll leave me behind. That doesn't mean I don't keep doing it, right? You forge yourself in the fire, mate. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of life. Oh, that's good, mate. Yeah, we don't talk about any religion and stuff. So you know that. Yeah, it's a, you know. I pointed it out up there, so that's all right. As I said, we're not doing religion or politics. So yeah. No, we don't talk about football. No, I don't do football. I only like sports with two balls. I like motorcycle racing, car racing, stuff like that. I like two ball sports. Personally, I don't have anything against it if you like football, but we are trying to talk about mental health and self-improvement and goals in life, depression, anxiety. You know, you got toxic friends, you got your girlfriend cheated on you or something. You know, you got something going on and you need some help, need a place to hang out or whatever. But I don't really watch any I don't really watch any of it, bro. Honestly, I'm into like literally racing motorcycles myself and doing track days and stuff, and like I don't even watch motorbike racing, bro. So, I'm always been a doer, always been in there doing it rather than a spectator. Working on it, Wada. Again, Wada. All I'd say is, you know, don't come in here forcing unwelcome opinions when I've literally said no politics or religion, and the first thing you mention is religion, and then you're trying and tell me to stop smoking. Like, you know, I don't come into your house and tell you what to do. You guys need to understand. Just because the streamer's here, like, I'm not here for you to like judge every single thing you can about me. I'm just a regular ass person like you. So if you're gonna come in here spouting about religion, then you shouldn't be immediately just judging me as much as possible. It's probably pretty poor optics there. What bikes do I have? Road bike over ZX14 and ZZR 1200. For the track, it's a 2008 CBR 1000, built to full race spec, Olin suspension and forged pistons, HRC race cam, HRC computer, pit speed limiter, multi-map modes, you know, all the bells and whistles. It's quite an old one now. Where's my wife today? She's out at work at the moment, mate. Out at work. She'll be home. I'll be off here before she gets home. I'm not going to be keeping these lives going when, like, some days she works an earlier shift, so she will be here in the background some streams. But if she's working like late like this, I am changing it that I'm going to be off here so we can actually just like have dinner, wind down, and I can go have a shower and whatever, and we can watch a movie and actually, you know, got to make sure the wife's taken care of. Wife. I'm number one. I've got to look after me first. Make sure I'm looking after me, so I can provide for everything else. Then wife is, you know, right there in number two. What have we got? Lily NZL says, what? I look too good. What have I missed there? Hurry the real joke. You guessed my age. I'm 19. You had no proof. Okay, I don't. Oh, yes, we talk about friends who used you and left you because she thought you were asking out her roommate after confusing the whole for months before. Oh, Electro, just, mate. Oh, mate. But it's good to learn these lessons younger, mate. You got to remember, you got the whole, you know what I mean? You know, you got the whole future. So interesting, the young ones we get in here, we get the trolls that are like 6, 7 and stuff, then we get people here that are like 16, 17, 15, 18 and stuff, and they've got their head on right, you know, they're struggling with some stuff, but they want to talk about it, they want to face it, they want to improve. That alone puts you ahead of like 99% of your generation. Just so you know, you think you're really behind. The fact that you guys are sitting here at 15, 16, 17, I didn't wake up to this shit till I was in my 30s, man. So you guys at like half the age are onto it and you're understanding the world and you're seeing it for what it is and you're trying to overcome it. Whereas everyone else is like, no, 6, 7, no, let's go out party and drink and dumbassery and shit. So, you know, you're doing a lot better than you think. I don't do trolls here, guys. All I'd ask is you be respectful that we're trying to do like a mental health self-improvement chat for people with like depression and stuff, right? So if you've actually ever struggled a day in your life, you know, you've been upset, somebody's hurt you and something like that, and you wish you had somebody to talk to, right? This is a space for those people and stuff to like have the right environment. So I would just ask that you try to respect that, please. Fair? You know, if you were having, you know, bad days and you need some advice and shit, you know, that's what this resource is for, guys. That's what I'm giving my time here for, is to try and help people from where I've come from with bad mental health problems, depression and stuff, right? So I do ask that you be respectful of my chat, guys. You know, there's plenty of brain rot channels you can go troll and whatever. But as always, if you're trolling and wasting your life away and whatever, and you're like, oh well, what's worth doing anything? I might as well just troll and play video games, whatever it is, right? You know, linger around in the background. Feel free to ask a question someday if you want, but you know, you don't have to get involved. But you know, I try and set people on a better path here, like I had to do to myself. I played video games like literally full time for over a decade. I was actually world number one in the biggest car driving game in the world at drifting for quite a while. Mostly number two, actually. I had brief stints at number one, and I'd grind for weeks and weeks to get number one again, right? It's not worth anything in the real world. Right? Okay, so I'm here to try help if you want any. Alright? Sound good? Alright, Space Command, good to see you again, bro. You still here? It's good. Forza, yeah, Kane, it was. Yeah, Forza. I did know somebody called Kane in Forza for quite a while once. You play Forza there, Kane? I was playing Forza 7 up until last year. You know, sort of, yeah. Got rid of the Xbox One, and that was the end of that. My Xbox profile I changed it, just says retired from gaming, and that's that, mate. But yes, I was very well known on Forza Motorsport once upon a time. What am I doing? Am I British? We're having a like a mental health self-improvement chat, man. So this is for anybody who you know, you got friends doubting you, you got struggles in life, whatever. This is a place where we all look after each other. It's for people aiming up in life. You know, you don't want to give up. You don't want to suffer how you are forever. Whatever you want to talk, you want to be around the right people. Sometimes we joke around a bit more and stuff. I do all sorts of stuff on here, right? And yes, I'm from New Zealand. My brother has them. Your brother has what? The games. Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, certainly, like I'm not totally against video games or anything, right? It's just in moderation and what you can control and what you can't. I have very bad self-control with such things. You know, we want things in life sometimes because they're an option and they're the easy option. That's a big trap in life, right? Taking the easy option because it's just available to you. From the land down under. And g'day, Dallas. How are you? Nearly 50 likes, chat. It says 48 on my end. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do. It's been now 35. There you go. I ask every half hour. I try and remind people, if you hit the like, if you're enjoying being here at all, hit the sub. I am live usually like 6 hours most days, to hang out and chat and whatever. Do a lot of work on here too. Just so you know, if you tune in and I'm doing a workout or I'm in a garage, like building something or building my house or something, right? This channel is not about just talking about self-improvement. It's about me showing the work I'm doing in my life, right? To try and, move forward each day so you can join on that journey. And, I'm not like most of these people on here just yapping, I get out there and do it, mate. If you want to see the kind of work I do on the channel and lives, it's usually on my shorts, right? It'll be like motivational quotes and speeches and stuff, but it's all me doing the actual work I do on here each day and stuff, right? Oh, we've got a 6-7 in the house. No, do imaginary people get made fun of for having real friends? I'm never sure what to make of you, Kane. There's quite a troll in you, isn't there, Kane? I like the humour, mate, but geez, mate. I don't know, Kane. Michael Bluth. Michael, behave yourself today, please. Again, I hate to repeat it again, I'll repeat it again. Message to trolls and stuff, please. This is to help people who are struggling, right? There are so many channels you can go and troll and talk bullcrap on. If you've ever struggled in life, a day in your life you struggled and you wished you'd had someone to talk to, whatever, that's what this is for. That's what you're interrupting here, is like a good flowy conversation and vibe. So please just respect the room. Okay. Now, I don't come into your work and knock the sailors' cocks out of your mouth. So, you're dealing with a veteran troll if you want to go there, but it wouldn't go well for you. And it doesn't go well for me when I troll you back either. People have an occasional laugh, but overall I think it damages the channel. So I try and rein myself in, The city am I from? I grew up in Auckland City. Grew up in Auckland, New Zealand. Moved out to the country since. Yeah, I don't know, Electro. We got all the lines going on tonight. You're alright, Michael. You're alright, bro. So, it's all good. I appreciate you respecting it, bro. Like, most people just continue to talk, right? You're like freezing. Yeah, it's a cold one today, man. We sort of got that Antarctic blimmin' wind blowing up or whatever, eh? Yeah, it's one of those days where it's like, nah. It's been a bit more of an inside day. But I was out there on live, trying to repaint my truck a bit. But, as I said, we're only doing it with rattle cans and stuff. It's coming out nice, though. Coming out nice, I reckon. But, just bought myself a little Toyota Dyna truck we've been doing up on live. So, yeah, that's been interesting. How am I doing? I'm doing all right, man. Doing good. Yeah, flowing along. I'll check the time. I probably need to wrap it up reasonably. So where are we at? Yep. Susie will be home shortly. So we'll do another 10 minutes or so. But once wifey gets home, I'll get it. I'll make sure I'm off here before she comes in, so we can't go wrong with the Toyota. Yeah, mate. $2,000, bro, for a '96 Dyna double cab. 2.8 litre diesel, the bulletproof Toyota motor, dually rear axle. It just looks like crap, but chassis is immaculate. It was a company fleet truck for a steel supply company, so yeah, got it for a couple of grand. So it'll serve me well. Did I make my coffee? No, I didn't. Thank you, Electro. And Men of Action, Mr. Dennis Bird from downstairs has just gone live. The American guy, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workouts. He's a good friend of mine, mate. Hang on, wait on. You don't want to be alive? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Well, you are, so you might as well enjoy it, right? Do you want my opinion? Sorry, the jug's boiling. It'll be done in a moment. Hang on. It's boiling the water. Hang on. We'll talk about it, mate. We'll talk about it. Did you know? No, not buy. No, come back. Wait on. I see you think. You say you don't want to be alive. Do you know the chances of you being alive right now are like 1 in 1 trillion? You know that? Against all odds, you are here, you're alive. The meaning of life is to go on the journey, right? You get to have the experience of life. Okay? You were the fastest sperm. On the day you were made, your dad shot out millions of little fishies, right? You were the fastest little fishy. You won your first race. If you'd been any other little fishy, you wouldn't be you. At all. Right? Maybe you'd be like your asshole sibling, you know? But you're you. You're the one who made it to the egg first. You're the one who gets to have the experience of life. Never forget that. All those other little sperm never existed, never got brought into existence, nothing. Right? Let alone the billions, you know, that didn't make a baby, your dad let off over the years, right? There's millions of spermies each load. How many loads did your dad let off that never bloody went anywhere? And on that one day, you were the one fastest little fishy. I know it's a bit crude, but it's reality. It's why we're all here. I'm trying to have my coffee. I've opened the sachet, but then I realise I need to finish my milk. See? I've got milk. Life sucks? Nah, life can have its moments that suck. Life can have its moments that suck, and everybody has them. Everybody goes, it's just, the reason a lot of people think my life sucks and nothing ever goes my way. Most people don't talk about this shit. Most people, like, people post on social media. It's like the highlights of their life. They're not showing you the shit. They're not showing you the bawling their eyes out, wanting to end their life. They're not showing you any of it. You're not doing as bad as you bloody think. Stop measuring yourself against anybody else. It's your journey. God damn it, man. It's your journey. It's not anybody else's journey. It doesn't matter what the fuck anybody thinks of you. Jesus. It's your life. In 100 years, everybody alive right now, every single person alive right now, right, in 100 years is dead. Nobody's watching this live in 100 or 200 years. There's 100 million YouTube channels right now. 100 million YouTube channels. Do you think anybody's going to be watching everything I ever did here? And why the fuck would I care? I'll be dead. That's why I can do this. I don't care. Who gives a shit? What do you want out of life? You want to be less sad? What do you want out of life? If you stop listening to everyone else doubting you and going, you can't do that, that'll never work, meh. What do you want to do? Not, but the government, but the news, and this. What do you want to do? What is it that when you're 70, 80 years old, you're laying there dying, that you're like, man, I wish I'd done that, but I always care. But that's the main regret of the elderly. It's the main thing said on someone's deathbed. I wish I'd listened less to the opinions of others. I wish I'd just done what I wanted to do when I was young enough to do it. That's what I hear more than anything from people in their 50s, 60s, 70s and shit, right? I wish I'd done when I had that, like me with motorcycle. I wish I'd done it 20 years ago. I wish I'd believed in myself then. I'll regret that forever. I'll never do it. I'll never go racing on motorbikes at the level I wanted to. It sucks, but I have to pursue other things now. I can't sit here forever crying about what could have been. I'm trying to do it in like a loving, nice way, right? I'm not trying to be a dick, right? I'm not trying to like yell and scream like, carry the boat, stay hard, but it's like, fuck, man. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying my best to get the message across. Sweet. That's fine. That's fine to not want anyone to care. But people do care, right? I tried to end it all 3 years ago, man. And after that, I realised you don't have to go that far to realise. I realised I needed to take that option off the table. Yeah, well, your plan needs to change. I'll tell you what my plan was. What you want to know the plan that changed my life and has changed my life? The plan is people do care, and it would hurt other people. Regardless of how much you want to convince yourself otherwise or think the world's better off without you, it's simply not true. Yeah, well, you're gonna upset me though, aren't you? You're telling me you're gonna come in my chat and you're gonna leave and I couldn't help you? Is that what you're telling me, bro? Because I'd really like to have the conversation where, at the end of it, you understand the only person that actually needs to care about you is you. The person that needs to care about you is you. It's not about everybody else caring and all, right? Care about you, man. You have the experience of life, right? Now, the other way I look at it and what stopped me was I know it would hurt other people. No matter how much I want to think other people won't care if I'm gone off this earth, there are people who deeply care about me, right? And in my worst moments, I still know that in the back of my mind, people do care, and your brain tries to convince you that that's not the case. But it will always be true. There are people who care about you, right? I care about you, right? I care about you, right? So if that's true, that means that the option to end things, if you don't want to hurt other people, you want your suffering to end, but you don't want to hurt other people, you're going to hurt other people in that process. So the way I moved forward with it was to take that option off the table. I had to write off the option that is not an option. That giving up is just anytime I have a thought in that direction, no, that is no longer an option. We've already been down that path. I've been down that path in my mind. I know where it leads. I know I'm not willing to hurt the people who care about me. No matter how much I'm suffering, I'm not going to hurt my friends, family, people who care about me. So that means that option is a no. There's no discussion. It's a non-starter. It can never happen. I can never do that to other people. So once I take that option off the table and my brain starts to go there, it's like, well, I can't do that. Well, the other option is we're moving forward, we're going forward. Okay, what can I do moving forward? And you are forcing your brain to consider a reality and a future that does not exist yet. And then you can inflict your will upon it and shape it how you want it. Take the option off the table. It is not. It's giving up and doing that is not an option. You will never do it. Build your life off that framing. No matter what it is, you will face it. And enjoy the experience of life. It's going to have its tough times, but that's part of the journey. The meaning of life, where religions and all this ask it, right? The meaning of life is to go on the journey, to have the experience. Maybe you want to help alleviate the suffering of others in the future. That's another thing for me, right? Is if I'd taken my life, would I be here able to try and help you? Maybe that's what your purpose is to serve others. A sense of purpose is always found outside of yourself. It's outside of something you give to yourself, right? It's what you can give to others, what you can offer to the world, right? That's where you expand yourself, your consciousness beyond yourself, right? It's a good reason why therapists need therapists. As always, guys, I try my best to talk with this stuff. I'm hoping I'm being all right with it. Obviously, as I say, I'm not a professional, and if you're very serious about that, I would very much suggest please do consult a professional. Call a helpline. Don't be the person that doesn't know who you are. You can sit there and talk to them, and they've worked with this stuff, right? I'm talking from my experience and what I found helped me, which is all I can really do here, guys. So I do try my best. Lost my childhood friend and adopted brother that way. The pain just transfers to your loved ones left behind. Mm. There you go, mate. I'll pin that one up. There's a pin comment there. Misbehaving makes the exact point, guys. I appreciate the input, misbehaving. I appreciate the input from everyone, guys. You'll be alright, Nick, mate. You'll be alright, mate. Nick, you're a battler, Nick. I'll give you that, mate. But Abhinav, I hope that helps you in some way, mate. And the floor's always open. You can always ask any questions. There's people here who have been through a lot of this themselves, mate. You're not alone with all this, right? That's why we're all here, dude. That's why we're all here, bro. We're all on that same thing. I still haven't made my coffee yet either. Oh, wait, we got as far as getting the coffee in there. See, mate, look, 39 years old, bro. Look, I can barely remember to make a freaking coffee for the last 40 minutes. Reboil the jug twice, you know. I don't think I'm a bloody idiot. Bloody idiot. Domino effect, yeah. Again, I said, you can, bore there. You see, no politics. You see that up there? Cool. We don't do none of that. We're not here to talk about Texas versus California. Who gives a shit? If you like Texas over California, go live in Texas. If you like California over Texas, go live in California. Right? You know, it's freedom of choice, freedom of freedom of. It's one of the joys of being human, guys. You are not a tree. You are not rooted into the ground. You can pack up your life. You can move anywhere on the planet. You just have to plan it. You just have to plan it if you want to move around the planet. It's pretty good. On the spot. Look at that. Look at that. He's still onto it. How about a cat riding a donkey? Oh, I've jammed up my leg again. Hang on. The colder winter, as the person in Wellington says, it's a really cold, bitter day here in New Zealand, and all my joints are playing up. So when I go pure carnivore diet, none of this is a problem. So I think I'm going to have to go back into keto for a few weeks for the depth of winter. I've had to do it the last 3 years, so we'll go back into that. Upset the fitness boys if I do that. If I go full keto and start working out bloody hard and having all that energy, you watch the physique I get on living keto, mate. You think I got the muscles now from the push-ups, mate? You know, little this, bruh. There we go. Confidence. He's got that confidence. He's so handsome with the confidence. Alright, boy. You have a good one, mate. Raw. Misbehaving. Did you see what I called the Toyota Dyna? It's a Toyota Dyna truck spelled D-Y-N-A. So I named it the Dinosaur. And then I'm like, oh, I can probably do a bit better than that. So I've settled on the name Dorothy. The name of the Toyota Dyna truck is Dorothy. It's from the Wiggles. Dorothy the Dinosaur. So I'm pretty settled on that. We've been using it as a title for the project. Dorothy the Dinosaur. What else? Oh, you know what I did today? I'm very excited. So I ordered personalized plates, like custom number plates for my big troop carrier truck. And then the truck broke. And you've got to have a warrant and registration in New Zealand on a truck when you buy personalized plates. You've got to be like, here's the vehicle I'm putting them on, and it has to be legal to be on the road at the time for you to do it. And me and Susie were driving back from Bunnings today, getting some more paint for the truck, and I was like, hang on. She's like, oh, it's good. Like, we've got some with it. We've actually got something like legal, like going, like all good now. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I can order my number plates now. So I did that today. I got them. They should be here like next week. You don't need to make that decision overnight with music though, Nick. Like you're pressuring yourself a lot. Like, I don't know whether I give up music. Like, you're trying to solve this now. You're like, I've got to figure out now, am I giving up music? Like, I get it. You've got the thoughts there, but just, you keep going at it and stuff, right? You don't have to like just make a permanent life decision now. Maybe you go away from it for a couple of months, try some other stuff, and then you get back into it in a couple of months. Yeah, a week break. Yeah. You don't have to like. You don't have to commit to it now. Like, I took when a lot of my mates died, right? I knew that I'd sort of be next with it, because I rode the way they did with them, right? So I gave up motorcycling for 8 years before I came back to it. 9 years before I come back to it. then I got more back into it again and started doing more, started doing track days, which I'd only ever done a couple ever on very slow bikes. It was more a bit of fun. I took it a lot more seriously in that. Need music, like you need oxygen. I definitely find that music does a lot for me. Like, I'll be having like a lazy day and whatever, and then like there's a lot of days I'm like, oh, I wish I was like more focused. I'm like, oh, dumbass, like music, like, and I'll grab the headphones and you know. Hang on, I just need to stretch my leg for a moment, guys. Oh, my leg. My leg. I will be off here in a few minutes, I think, guys. Susie should be back shortly, so. Breaks my heart, man. We will see. See, Nick, you're so. This is what I'm saying, Nick, is you're so, like, in the. I don't know if I give up music or not. It's breaking my heart. Like, you can come back to music at any time in your life, mate. You might go away from it for a week. You might go away from it for a year. Do it. Like, you got to remember it's something you did to enjoy it, right? It's something you're passionate about. So passion that comes and goes, like, you don't have to make, like, a hard decision on this. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I have to do that. It's not like you've built your dream car and you're selling it and like you'll never be able to get that sentimental thing again. It's always going to be available to you. Music is the answer. Yeah, music will always be there for you. So will I. Well, I'll try. I'll try to always be here, guys. That's what I'll try to do. What are my new number plates? The new number plate is KILDZR. If anybody knows what that means. It's meant to be on the troop carrier. It's not meant to be on the truck. But it'll be on the truck for now. I don't care about talking about like everybody. Like, it's not like I hide my number plates on here or anything. I don't give a shit. But yeah, the number plate is KILDZR. Everybody knows what that means. Everyone's sitting there going, should be entertaining. Oh, chat's gone quiet now. I confused everybody. Oh, it's alright, Electro. It's alright, mate. I hope it helped. You never know what's out there for you, Electro. Like, I tell you what, man. After I left my last relationship, and how bad, how toxic that. Well, you guys just don't even want to know, and I really don't want to go into the level of how bad the relationship I had before this one was, and how much of an idiot I felt like for years, and da 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 da. Right? Because I got mixed up with the wrong person and didn't realize what I was getting into, and thought I could help them, and I thought they were genuine in a lot of ways, and everything was a lie. All right. So I can very much relate. All right. But you never know what's around the corner. I spent 3 years alone. The first year or two, I was, very like I don't think like maybe someday I'll meet someone. That was what my mindset settled on then. Maybe someday I'll meet someone, but I'm not going to put a bunch of pressure on it. I'm not going to have dating apps. I'm not going to go looking. I'm just going to live life, and I'll see what becomes of it, right? And then I met Susie after 20 years of relationships that were really pretty crap, all the way through. Found her on the path, right? So just make sure you stay away from like the manosphere content that like hates on women and all these women are the same and all this kind of stuff. If that's feeding up on your algorithm, start swiping away from it. Start clearing it out. You can go into like YouTube set. I'm sure it'll be feeding it at you by now. You can go into your algorithms for Facebook and all that, and you can take out keywords. You can take out all the things that are feeding you that kind of stuff, or making you social media accounts, stuff like that, right? But I definitely tried to feed a lot of manosphere, like hate on woman type content at me and stuff like that. And I was very careful. I'm not getting into all that. It's a one unique. Not all people are the same. Like, I'm a guy, you're a guy. It doesn't mean we're the same, right? We might agree on some things, disagree, but we're not. We're all not the same people, right? It's the same with a woman I was dating or you were dating, whatever. They're not the same people, you know. Yep, that's it. Misbehaving, killdozer. Yep. Old Marv. So there you go. People have been around the channel long enough, you know, you start to understand like why I got that plate and why I talk about, you know, ignoring the distractions and all that of the world. Focus on your own life. Yes. Got the plate killdozer. I love it. I fucking love it. Trust me, my algorithm's all cars. Nice. Perfect, bro. There you go, Electro. Yeah, man, just don't. All I can say, Electro, bro, just keep going on your path in life, bro. Yeah, don't like pursue trying to find that woman. Go on your path. She'll come to you. Alright? Just be you, be real, be a genuine, be a decent dude. Don't walk up to a girl and try and be all fake or impress or whatever. Just be you, and the right person will see it. The right person will. You'll know. You'll know when it actually happens. You'll know. It's nothing like what you think. You know. What you think. It's your mother, dummy. Alright, guys. I'm gonna sign off. Spend my evening with my lady. She's just getting home from work. Hey, bed. Heidi, wait on your bed for your mother. Thank you. Have I locked you out? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my leg. Sorry, my knee's real bad. My knee's real bad. Not Disney. That knee. Oh. Alright, guys. I'm going to head off. Yeah, spend the evening with my partner. That's the new thing here. When she gets, I'm off, right? Sometimes she'll be here in the background on her other shifts, but no, she's just been at work. I'm out. Thank you to all my moderators. Appreciate all my members. Thank you, and thank you for the super chats and stuff. It all keeps everything going. Much love. I will be back tomorrow. In the meantime, please do, you know, if you're struggling with stuff or you want some good mantras for life, please do go through my shorts, you know. There's a whole heap of stuff there I've put that's for those hard times, right? There's usually something in there for people to help you keep going on that, right? And I'll see you tomorrow. Love you all too. Thank you for making this channel what it is, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, like all you guys talking right now, you've been here for like the last flipping hour and a half, probably, right? So I appreciate you all being here. It's been a really pleasant conversation, and I really enjoy doing this, right? So thank you. Reconnecting for a moment, sorry. So thank you to all of you for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you're not subbed yet, please do. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do. If you don't want to miss a live, make sure you head to the channel now. You can run away now, head over there, and just click the bell. Make sure all notifications are on, blah, blah, blah. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTuber shit. Alright, guys. I will see you soon. Peace.